Welcome to the Engerati studio. We are located at Asian Utility Week in Bangkok, and we are privileged to have with us today Mr. Raj Chintapalli, and he is the Director of Market Intelligence for IESO. Would you like to give us an overview or just a background of your position and the company you work for?
Great. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. As you said, like my company is Customized Energy Solutions. We are a leading consultant for electricity markets in wholesale and retail, with offices in Philadelphia, US, and we look into the markets of US, Canada, and India. So we help clients understand markets, how to do things in the market, what are market opportunities, revenue streams, emerging technologies, smart grids, how do they all play a role in this whole energy sector. Yeah. So we do that in US, Canada, and India.
Right, yeah. Right. Your expertise lies in energy storage. What are the developments on a global perspective currently? If you could just give us an overview.
Yes. We are, you rightly said, we are one of the leading companies in energy storage consulting and services, and many changes are happening all over the world in storage. Many factors are driving it, the need to integrate renewables, increase the resiliency. Those are the factors that are driving changes all over the world for the need to implement storage. So storage is not new, it has been there for years. We used to have pump storage, and we also had some compressed air. What is new is the new technologies that are coming up, and that is how you see a lot of things of storage developments in US and all the places. US is one of the leading countries in the world in implementation of storage. They have almost close to 230 gigawatts of grid connected storage. Then followed by that, you have things in Ontario where they are actually looking into a lot of storage to integrate renewables, plus even in India. They are actually looking into storage. They have launched the National India Energy Storage Mission, which we are part of, to help the policymakers come up with how to implement storage. So because energy storage is like the holy grail of the whole energy revolution that is taking place. So today in this conference, what we see is we are talking about smart grids. We are talking about integrating renewables. Everything we are talking about is change, and in the end, to achieve the end goal of everything that we want to achieve, the system that we want to see, we need storage. And storage is, it has a lot of value. It can add, it can be a generator, it can be a load, it can help you with reliability, it can help you with resiliency. So the policymakers all over the world are looking at, especially in the developed countries, as to how storage can be integrated into their system.
I mean, there definitely seems to be an urgency globally for the most ideal solution, and I imagine the solutions will be different from region to region and country to country.
Exactly.
But there does seem to be quite an urgency around this innovation. Yeah. So with regards to the Asian region, what are the developments there currently, and what is driving it? I know it's quite a large region, so if you could just give us a brief overview. So
currently I would say that there are many countries in the Asian region that are islands, and policymakers are thinking about integrating renewables with the goal, like they use diesel as their primary generation sources,
which is very
costly, and they are actually trying to add solar to reduce the cost of diesel. But thing is, like diesel, the way they work is they have to always operate it at some level. And any suboptimal level of operation actually reduces the diesel efficiency. So instead of gaining the benefits of integrating diesel and solar, they are actually, it's having no impact, or in fact it is increasing the cost, because now you are operating the diesel at the suboptimal level. So so one of the things that should be the need to drive storage here is, okay, look at things like, can you have solar, renewables, storage, and diesel as a backup, but try to think in terms of solar, storage, and diesel. So that's one of the current opportunities, diesel replacement. Then plus the population is growing fast. They are building so many towers, telecom towers. They use diesel as a backup. So why do you need to use diesel? Is there a different solution? So many developments have taken place in the world in terms of storage. So we have to look outside and see what is happening in other part of the world.
Well, and based on that, I mean, the experiences that would be gained from the rest of the world that could be applied in Asia. If you could just give us maybe a few examples.
Yeah.
You know, where experiences can be applied to the Asian region.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so what is happening in US and Canada is whatever technological development that we have seen today, it is not something that has happened overnight. Right. It has taken like 10 years, 15 years to reach where they are today. Yeah. So they are integrating storage for providing ancillary services for frequency regulation. What is that is basically the coal used to provide, fossil coal used to provide the regulation services, but now they found they are more faster and better and less expensive if they use storage for that. Yeah. So here in the Asia region, where you're adding a lot of renewables and we also use a lot of fossil fuels for the same purposes, let us learn the lessons from the countries like US and Canada, where actually they are bringing in new technologies for the same services that are needed here. Right. So, and instead of like trying to do like 10 years to do that, let us take the lessons learned there and apply it here and actually add benefit to the grid.
Well, just based on that, I mean, perhaps there have been a number of challenges for the region to overcome. Have there been perhaps delaying the energy storage development?
One of the biggest hurdles, there are two. One is cost, and second thing is policies. Right. So we have all along known of a utility system where we had like this centralized generation, fossil, big plants, and we don't know, like we always considered as make one resource and take all the services from that. So the biggest hurdle was getting the right policies in place. So there are more independent markets in US. There is a price for every product. There is a price for capacity, price for energy, price for regulation, price for spinning. When you break those into components, then you can value the service. So so basically you have to look into that aspect. They got it there, so they had to work on the policy side. When the policy got implemented, then that provided incentive, more certainty for the storage developers to come into the markets, because they now see the guaranteed revenue streams, and with more implementation the costs come down.
Yeah, for sure. That
is what is happening now. Yeah. And I think Asia, as countries here, they can take advantage of that cost reduction that has already taken place to apply the technologies here.
Absolutely. Yeah. With regards to the event, before you leave here today, what would be your message to the power sector and to perhaps to the vendors as well? Yeah, so there are a couple of challenges.
Utilities, an advice to utilities, I would use a common phrase that we use in English is, if we know hammer as the only tool, everything looks like a nail. Yeah. So, but thing is like different problems. So nail is a problem, so we had to do that. So look at the problems in the system and try to see what solutions, more than the traditional solutions that are available outside. Right. Don't look at the system from, okay, these are the only set of tools that I have available to solve the existing problems. Look at more, okay, these are the problems, these are the problems, okay, let me see what the world has done to find the solutions for that. And from the technology vendors point of view, it is okay, the vendors, they have with global experiences, they can actually come and educate. So where the biggest gap is mismatch is the education. So utility makers are under the pressure of, okay, they have to maintain the reliability. That is the #1 priority. So technology vendors, it is their responsibility to come and talk with the utility vendors and show them, okay, this is how they can achieve the goal of the reliability that they have to maintain at lower cost by using different technologies. It's a two-way thing. Utilities need to get educated and try to look for different tools, and the technology developers and vendors, they have to approach them and tell them, okay, these are the solutions available to solve the different problems.
Right. Fabulous. Well, sound advice, I'm sure. Thank you very much. It's all the time that we have, unfortunately. Could carry on for another hour at least.
Oh yeah.
But thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I hope you enjoy the rest of the event and that
Great.
It's a successful one for you. And to our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as I did. And also please have a look at other interviews that we have carried out with utilities and vendors at the event. Thank you.